Welcome back to the show. Get to introduce you to another great organization here in our community who are helping so many. I am joined by Angèle Jodouin. She's the development services worker over at and owner of Harmonies Familiales. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Tell me a little bit about the history behind your organization.
So I started Harmonies Familiales in 2006. I was helping with a friend at the time. We were helping families help themselves, to put it real simple.
Okay.
And then we both had babies, and so we kind of took a bit of a hiatus. And I ended up with a group of like 6 private clients that I was working with, and I was doing stuff with them together anyway. We were going to the mall, we were doing shopping, budgeting, all this kind of stuff, baking, as a group. So I ended up formalizing it into a group, into programs in 2013. We approached the Montgomery Legion at 330 Kent Street. That's where we run our home base now. And they let us run we had an info session, and that was February 2013, and then it just grew and grew and grew.
So yeah, what do you provide then? What sort of programs and services do you provide?
We do daytime programming. So we try to find meaningful activities for people to do. We do art and music and discussion groups. You know, we talk about the art of friendship, Facebook etiquette, you know, personal boundaries. We are big into natural environment learning. So we work, you know, skill building things into all of the fun that we do.
And what demographics, like who are you serving?
During the school year, we have grown-ups, because kids are in school. March break, PD days, summer, we tend to have kids and teens join us as well. All abilities. It's a very neurodiverse group.
The pandemic, I'm sure, like every organization around the world, posed some challenges. How did you manage through the pandemic?
It did. We pivoted to Zoom. I did not want to pay for the fee, so I didn't, and we just worked that into the program. Problem solving, you know, figuring out what to do, how to make it work. So we had, you know, 40-minute sessions with little breaks in between. It gave us those, you know, the way to balance the day. Then we moved to hybrid once we could, and then right back into jumping into in-person go.
Yeah, exactly. But did you keep any of the hybrid just because it was successful, or? We
did for a while, and then it became to be too much juggling. The juggle is real. I say it all the time.
I hear you.
So you know, we've kind of let the virtual drop off, but we do use it on days when we can't come in person. So snow days, for example, we don't come in. Most of our group members use public transit. Transit training is another big piece of it. Independence, right? We're working on those kinds of things. Transferable skills and day-to-day activities.
We were speaking to Youth Services Bureau earlier, and you know they work within employment. You also have an employability program through your organization. Yeah, what does that look like?
So I created it based on the need of our clients. So we had people coming into the program who didn't have the funds to pay. They couldn't pay anything, or they could only pay a little bit. So I said, pay what you can, come, do meaningful things with your time, and we'll work it out. So over the years, that did not look like a lot of money, but now it's really starting to be more fruitful. We're working, you know, we've got fundraisers, we've got community events, we've gotten these little gigs that we've done to bring money, real money, into the program, and they're helping to do it. It's very, you know, community and collaborative, team-based.
What do those employment challenges look like, and how do you help them through that?
So we have checklists that they work through, and it's stuff like, you know, did you show up? Did you show up on time? Did you communicate changes? Hygiene. Are your teeth clean? Did you brush did you wash your hair? And we emphasize the fact that it's not a big deal if you put an X there, because you know what? Some days I don't shower either. Right? We all have those days.
Sort of validating, right? You need to validate before you can, you know, sort of course correct.
Yeah, exactly. And then we move on from there. Just because I'm the boss doesn't mean that I know everything, and that's kind of how I lead. So it's a very collaborative team approach, and then as they move through the levels, they can earn gift cards.
Oh, really?
And then once they get to the end, which we've got some coming up to the end, so now I'm looking for placements for them. So different little gigs we can get, whether they're volunteer or paid, in the community with other organizations, to get even more, you know, skills built.
You also have a summer camp, right? Tell me what that looks like.
We do. So that's even more chaotic than usual.
Oh, fantastic. I love chaos.
We have all ages. We've got some of our program members who have kids of their own, so they end up coming as well. Some people do employability with the kids, you know, working on childcare. We do all the same stuff as usual, but less work, more fun, lots of outings. so much fun.
You mentioned funding, and it's important to raise funds. You have a couple of events coming up. Let's talk about your dance event. What have you got planned?
So the dance, we're going to have our first ever FHF dance
Nice.
at the Montgomery Legion in the basement. So the employability members will be helping to make that happen. It's $10 to get in. If you mention seeing me here or having seen the poster, you can get a friend in for free. There's going to be a bake sale and other ways for us to kind of bring in a little bit of money and make more fun happen.
And then staying on the theme of the arts, you've got musical bingo coming up. Tell me about that.
So our new logo, the new Family Harmonies logo that's very colorful, was created by an autistic graphic artist, and she's amazing. I love her. And she also is the owner of Shine Karaoke. And so she has a musical bingo fundraisers that she runs. And so we jumped right on board. That's July 8th. That's coming up at the Burbs in Canada.
Okay. And how do people get tickets for both of those events?
I don't know how to get tickets to this musical bingo yet. It's all just coming together. The tickets for the dance is at the door.
Do you have your own website where people find?
We do. We have a website, fhfottawa.ca. It is also familyharmoniesfamiliales.ca, which is very long.
Wonderful.
So I made the other one.
Angèle, real pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Again, that website is fhfottawa.ca. We'll be right back with more right after this.